Hello. When I first started playing TF2, the Scout was my favorite class. The reasons being that he was the fastest class and, to my knowledge at the time, had the best movement. 10 years later, these reasons still hold true to my favorite class, though it's not the Scout anymore. No one weapon has changed how I will play TF2 forever. This is why I love
so much faster than more.
So, I actually think that the Demoman's kind of boring when you use the default loadout. So, you do the most AoE damage than any other class, but you're so slow. It's painfully slow. Even while getting this footage in the background, Demoman just felt so limiting. In fact, thanks to this nifty little graph over here, we can see that the Demoman's actually the third slowest class in the game, only beating the Soldier and the Heavy. Here's the thing though, the Heavy has to be slow. What, you think eating all those sandwiches didn't take its toll? Half of his secondaries are just fruit. I mean, that's not even fruit. That's just a piece of metal with a freaking like LED light on top of it. Oh yeah, and sure, Valve tried to help by giving him a banana, a source of potassium, good for you, but it's too late. Just look at him. Just look at him in his fat, heavy body. The Heavy has to be slow or else he wouldn't be balanced. He deals out the most damage. Okay, well, he should deal out the most damage. But there's a cost of being the slowest class. The Soldier, on the other hand, is a completely different story. He's fixed this problem by rocket jumping and the introduction of gunboats. Before, the Soldier was the second slowest class in the game, but now he can get to the front lines faster than the Scout. The Demoman doesn't really have anything like this. Fundamentally, he's a class who should use the sticky bomb launcher as his main source of damage, spam pipes or stickies, and trap choke points. This type of playstyle really doesn't require a ton of mobility, so he kinda just lumbers through the map with his team. You could sticky jump, I guess, though it does a lot of damage, even more than the rocket jump. Then you either need to steal a health pack from someone who may need it more than you, wait for a health pack, or rely on a medic, which in pubs isn't such a good idea. This is why I said previously that the stock demo is just kinda boring. Though this is partially not his fault. Demoman was never supposed to be a mobile class, and the gunboats don't help much either. On December 17th, 2009, the War update was released, which held a competition to see who could get the gunboats. Demoman were killed more by soldiers, so the gunboats went to him. You should go to anyone who was playing at the time and complain that they suck and that the Demoman should have gotten the gunboats. Though almost 1 year later, for whatever reason, Valve did something amazing. On October 27th, 2010, Valve released the Sticky Jumper, a gun that would change the TF2 Demoman class forever. Except not really. It came with a max health reduction, so no one used it, but Valve removed that, so everything's okay now. Except, still, no one uses it. Except for Cirky. He's quite good with it.
I'm Cirky. Hello.
The Sticky Jumper is almost a polar opposite to the Sticky Bomb Launcher. Instead of doing large amounts of damage, it actually does no damage. I know, shocking. Also, your main source of damage is now the grenade launcher, so you should probably be landing those direct pipes. I'm not saying that you have to be a god like the Saint, but if you can't hit at least like 60% of your shots, I wouldn't recommend this. Instead of moving with your team, you should be jumping around like crazy and pick people off by getting close to their angry faces, shooting them, and then jump away. This tactic is surprisingly effective, and you'd be surprised by how much damage pipes do. Each pipe does 100 damage and doesn't have any damage fall off. This means that you could kill 8 of the 9 classes with only 2 pipes, and you could kill the Heavy with just 3. I'm not gonna lie, with how I play Demo, I'm not as scared of Heavies as you might think. I found that in most pubs you could get an average of 2 pipes before they've spun up, and you could actually hit the 3rd pipe before they kill you. Then you could jump away and grab a health kit for any damage that you've taken. There are a lot of downsides to playing this way though. First of all, no matter how many pipes you hit, you're never going to do as much damage as if you had the sticky bomb launcher. Second of all, you're pretty selfish. You're going to be focusing on DMing and having one-on-ones, so playing with your team is not top priority. Just as a side note here, you're still a demo, so you should focus on killing buildings. In fact, I think that this is slightly easier if you have good aim. You come flying at a sentry at like 600 miles per hour and kill it before it can target you. The NG should be easy pickings from there. should be. Here's another thing. Scouts are going to be a problem. They always have been for demo, but even more so now since you don't have sticky bombs. If they know how to use a mouse and keyboard, then they'll probably try to get close to you and two-shot you with their meat shots. Kinda similar how you could two-shot them, but they're going to be faster than you, therefore harder to hit. Also, you guys are going to be in such close proximity that you'll probably take some splash damage from your own pipes. Finally, there is this last problem, and this will vary from person to person, but lag and high ping are huge problems when you play this way. If you try a sticky jump with bad internet, it will not end well for you. Everyone knows that lag itself is a huge problem, but when you sticky jump, you need to know the position of both your character and the sticky bomb. Lag will kill any position you had in your head, and it'll just ruin everything. To give you an example, here's a clip of me jumping around in a server I created by myself. Now let's add like, I don't know, 200 ping, and just to really mess around with me, let's open Google Chrome, have like 23 videos playing on in the background.
Got all of
Nice.
Alright, young Skywalker, you've learned the ways of the sticky jumper, you've practiced many hours of TF2 to improve your aim, and you've eaten Kellogg's Mini Wheats, a nutritious way to start your morning. Let's jump into the server and see how you do.